Hey guys, welcome back to the ExamRevision YouTube channel. My name is Ellen and today I'm going to be talking about how to stay super productive on the weekends during the junior cycle and the Leaving Cert. I know that the weekends can be so tough, especially when you've had a really long week at school and if you do like after school study and it's been long days and you're exhausted. But realistically, during the Leaving Cert especially and the junior cycle, you definitely need to be having productive weekends and getting study done at the weekends. So I'm going to tell you how to be productive but also have your relaxation time, because that is just as important. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is having a comfortable study environment. Obviously when you're at school and if you do after school study, you're used to being in a study hall or being in a classroom and studying on the table surrounded by everyone, and maybe that works great for you, maybe it doesn't. But at the weekends obviously your routine is entirely different and you're most likely at home unless you want to go to the library or something like that. So I think it's so important to create a space, whether that be in your room or downstairs or in the kitchen or somewhere where you know it's a productive environment and you know you've no distractions. For me personally, it was in my bedroom. Now not everyone likes to study in their bedroom and that is completely understandable, but like you'd need to have a table or a desk. I know some people who went through the entire Leaving Cert without having a desk in their house and they would just like study on their bed, and first of all I think that's a horrible idea because you need to associate your bed with sleeping and not with studying. So if you don't have a desk, either using like your kitchen table or whatever, but you need to have an environment which you know will be quiet, you're not going to have any distractions, people aren't going to be bugging you, it's clean, you have space to lay out all your books or your notes or whatever, has good Wi-Fi so you can get your notes or go on exam revision. I think this is so important though, and especially using the same environment over and over again, because if every weekend you're like, oh, studying at the table or going into your room, I feel like it's good to have like one specific area, because then you can associate that area with studying, and when you sit down there, work is going to get done. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is prioritization. When it gets to the weekend and you know you need to study, you might wander over to your favorite subjects that you study all the time and just study them, and obviously that is still studying and that is still great, but realistically you need to prioritize things that you know you don't want to do. If there's a certain subject that you need to get better in, or you have an exam in that week, or whatever is coming up, you need to plan out your weekend, make a little timetable. I have a whole separate video on making a study timetable, and definitely do that for the weekend too, because I think it's important to get a mix of either the subjects you don't like but you know you need to do, and also your favorite subjects, so that keeps you motivated to keep studying. Although being productive and studying on the weekend is super important, it is also important to have time off. So if you are making a study schedule or whatever for the weekend, you do need to factor in time off for yourself, whether that be a lie-in in the mornings or the evenings off or whatever. You need to have a time where you're going to start studying and you're going to end studying, and there needs to be time in between those and also in the middle for time off. If you're a morning person, then great, wake up, get your study done in the morning and you can have your evenings off. For me personally, I prefer a lie-in, to be honest, and I would happily work at night time. So it depends on the kind of person you are, but definitely factor in those times. Don't expect yourself to wake up at 8 AM and go to sleep at 10 PM and be studying the entire time. Another great thing to use on the weekends especially is study groups. I used to do this when I was in the junior cycle, not so much in the Leaving Cert because of COVID, but meeting up with your friends on the weekends is obviously something you already want to do. So it's great to kill two birds with one stone. Meet up with your friends and decide a certain chapter of a certain subject, and you all go through exam questions together or notes or whatever, even if it's only for like an hour or two, and then you get to spend some time with your friends afterwards as well. I definitely think it's good because it's good to see other people's perspectives and thought processes behind certain subjects and certain ideas. I know you think you might not be able to focus with them, but if you're strict enough on yourself, you will. If you are planning on doing a study group, a great resource would be the ExamRevision bundles and courses. They have H1 standard notes, video lessons, PowerPoints, quizzes, past papers, the whole lot. And instead of like sitting watching a movie with your friends, you go watch their video lessons and look, you're just learning with your friends. But in all honesty, their courses are amazing and I would highly recommend checking them out if you are struggling in a particular subject or want to improve in any subject. They do cover majority of Leaving Cert and junior cycle courses. To carry on from what I was saying about making a timetable for the weekend, it would be great to like make a habit of, you know, particular times at the weekend when you 100% study. We all know habits are great, and if you can start making a habit of, let's say, every Saturday between 11 and 3 you study and continue on from that, that would be really good, because you know every weekend that time is scheduled out for you to study. And it's important to make a habit of it, because during the weekends, during the Leaving Cert and the junior cycle, it's obviously difficult to study, but if you are continuously doing it at certain times of the day, you will just get used to it and just continue doing it. And you know what time you're going to finish studying at, so it's not so daunting. This is a little bit of a random one, but just a little tip to end off the video. If you know what course you want to do, or like what college you want to do, or what area of life you want to get into. Making like a mood board as like your lock screen on your phone or like the lock screen on your laptop is so good. I still do this to this day. I will insert some pictures here of like the kind of mood boards that I'm into. You can like go on Pinterest and find a ton of like cool inspirational pics, whether that be at Trinity or studying medicine or God knows what you want to study. But having a little vision board of what you want your life to look like after school is a great motivator, and you're going to see that every day, and it's a great motivator to just go and sit down and study to achieve the life you want. ExamRevision are also running October midterm revision courses. They are a one-day intensive course, and they have 25 courses running for junior cert and leaving cert students. I would link the courses down below, but these kind of courses really helped me out when I was in the leaving cert, especially for English, because I wasn't so good at that subject. They have an early bird offer on right now, and it ends on the 13th of October. I will enter the details here on the price of the courses. I think they will be a really good investment and a really good way to spend only one day of your midterm in really improving in a particular subject. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and it helped you out in some particular way. And I will talk to you all very soon. Bye!